and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is a special edition of your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast.
Let's get you straight to Ryan Morse. Whatever you got planned for this Friday and into the weekend, you'll definitely want to know what the Storm Track 8 team thinks about.
Yeah, we're in a pretty busy pattern over the next week, in fact. We have a Sunday severe weather chance. We have weekend rain chances on and off with the periods of rain. So basically, it's going to be a busy pattern. Live look at Carmel. We're starting to clear out this morning's rain chance. Temperatures in the lower 50s, 52 degrees. And overall, we're actually going to eye a good amount of sunshine this afternoon. Here's Storm Tracker showing the rest of the showers. We had a warm front lift through the region in the morning. It's now off to the north and east. The last couple showers basically in Richmond, and then a few sprinkles south and west of the metro area. But again, I think we're quieting down now. Broader look at that warm front, which continues to drift off to our north. Lightning strikes in northern Indiana, southern parts of Michigan. Basically, we're done with this storm system. Futurecast next couple hours continues to lift the rain to our north. Partly cloudy skies will become mostly sunny this afternoon. The thing we're going to trade it for is the wind gusts. Winds gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour later on in the afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures for today soaring underneath that from warm front, mid to upper 70s for highs. Decent day to get outside, especially considering the waves of rain we're expecting this weekend. High temperatures elsewhere, 78 in Bloomington, 76 in Kokomo, and 79 in Columbus. Our record high for today, 82 degrees. We'll get close. Average high for this time of year, 57 degrees. So far above that for today, and still above it for the weekend. But as I mentioned, we're just dodging rain chances. On-off showers for tomorrow. Better chance at light to moderate rain in the afternoon and evening. And then Sunday. Sunday's the tricky one because we are in a severe weather risk for Sunday afternoon and evening. I'll have more on the timing of that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Ryan, thank you. 9:02. Breaking news this morning, devastation on the other side of the world. We have new video showing the destruction that came overnight. The New York Times reporting that at least 20 people are dead in Myanmar, while dozens more are buried under rubble after a powerful earthquake that happened this morning. The outlet is reporting that at least a 7.7 powerful magnitude earthquake with 6.4 magnitude aftershocks struck the region. Now, that struck the neighboring country of Thailand as well. The country's defense minister saying at least 3 are dead there and at least 90 more missing after a building collapsed in the capital of Bangkok. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake's epicenter is in the neighboring country of Myanmar. Again, just stated that at the top of the hour here, thousands of people forced to evacuate their homes and workplaces. A witness says the earthquake caught many people by surprise.
This is the first earthquake I've ever experienced here. So I think it took most people off guard. You know, people weren't expecting it or they didn't recognize the signs of an earthquake.
Tremors from the earthquake were also felt in southwestern China. As of now, no injuries or fatalities have been reported there. We will continue to follow this developing story, so make sure you stay with us both on air and online at wishtv.com.
3 minutes after 9, 50 degrees downtown. A fundraiser for the mayor of Indianapolis has further exposed a deep split among progressives in city government.
City County Councilor Jesse Brown used it as a personal protest. Here now is IT-Mate anchor Farron Franzak with a look at why Brown is calling for the mayor's resignation.
Thursday night, News 8 was not allowed inside the fundraising event at Parlor Public House. However, it was outside that was the big story, with City County Council member Jesse Brown holding the mayor and his potential donors' feet to the fire and asking the question, is Mayor Joe Hogsett running for a fourth term?
Resign. Resign right now.
City County Councilor Jesse Brown's message to Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett outside his fundraising event Thursday night. Brown telling News 8 there's a multitude of reasons for the mayor to resign.
This is a mayor who's mired in sexual abuse scandals, failing to maintain our roads in any kind of decent way for a developed country. Just got done with a winter where he failed to plow the streets.
Brown stood outside the event all night, taking pictures of those walking in, saying he's putting potential Democratic donors on notice.
If you're standing with Joe Hogsett, that makes you somebody that we're going to be paying attention to, somebody we're going to be avoiding spending any money at your establishment. We're going to be avoiding giving you any kind of props or helping you keep your position of power in society.
Brown has been critical of the mayor and his own Democratic constituents. A month ago, Brown spoke exclusively to News 8 on how he was ousted from the Democratic caucus. He says it's because he exposed the lack of Democratic leadership on a number of issues, especially the fight over IPS funding.
There's no chance that a Republican becomes leader of this city if you resign. There are plenty of good Democrats. You said you would have 2 terms. You're now into your 3rd. There's more scandal and more abuse than ever before. There's no reason why you yourself need to be in charge unless you're an egotist. Just resign.
Thursday night, questions started brewing on whether the mayor is running for a 4th term. In the past, Hogsett said he wouldn't. Councilor Brown says even if he's not, it's Hogsett's fundraising money that will go towards who Hogsett wants to run. Brown says it should be the people's choice.
And the only reason he's staying in power is because the donor class and political insiders continue to prop him up.
The mayor's office did not respond to our questions at the event. No word yet from Mayor Hogsett if he's running for a 4th term. I'm Farron Franzak for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
6 minutes after 9, the problem that swamped streets on the east side of Indianapolis has a huge part of Marion County under a boil order still this morning. You're looking at our aviator view showing the flooding from a water main break at 22nd and Andrew J. Brown. The break led to concerns about the purity of the water, so Citizens Energy wants you to boil it before you use it if you live inside this area. Again, most of the eastern third of the county, from the Fort Benjamin Harrison all the way down to south of Southeastern, the train tracks along there, from the western edge of it, just east of downtown Indianapolis, out to Shadeland, Arlington, and the parallel streets there. Citizens also says that homes and businesses may have low water pressure as well as the possibly problematic water itself. Break swamped cars along several blocks. Community East Hospital lost water service for several hours. Citizens also says 22nd from the Monon Trail to Andrew J. Brown could be closed for up to a week to repair the water main.
At 9:06, a federal judge is ordering the Trump administration to keep records of leaked text messages about a U.S. military strike. The order blocks officials from deleting the messages that were sent using the Signal messaging app. Indiana Republican Senator Todd Young told News 8 while posting messages on an unsecure app was not a smart move. He does not believe anyone from the Trump administration should step down over it.
We need to ensure that we have parameters in place to prevent it from happening in future cases. So that's my focus right now. I'm glad President Trump has emphasized the importance of this and that we won't be having this happen again.
Young says he still has confidence in National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. It was Waltz who accidentally added a journalist to the Signal chat group.
7 minutes after 9, Purdue plays tonight in the Sweet 16 at Lucas Oil Stadium.
News 8's Andrew Chernoff watched the Boilermakers at practice yesterday and says they expect a home game atmosphere.
Purdue is hoping it's a weekend to remember inside Lucas Oil Stadium.
Really worked for us, obviously, you know, as the 4 seed to be able to play in Indianapolis. It doesn't always work that way. Obviously, they pick the sites, you know, way before, you get to the selection part of it. So, yeah, just a great opportunity for us.
The Boilermakers hit the practice court on Thursday as they get ready for their Sweet 16 matchup against Houston.
I don't see it as pressure. I think you put in a lot of work to get into these spots and play in these big games against great teams. So now it's just executing.
This place was relatively quiet during practice, but the Purdue players are expecting a lot of their fans to show up in a big way on game day.
Our fans travel extremely well, even when we're not playing in Indiana. So, you know, the fact that we're close to home, it's a great feeling, and it's an opportunity for us to get the crowd involved and get them on our side.
The Boilers know that they'll have their hands full on Friday as they take on a Houston team that has rattled off 15 straight victories. The Cougars, of course, led by a familiar face here in the Hoosier State, former IU head coach Kelvin Sampson.
For you just to be back in the Hoosier State here in Indiana, what's that like for you personally? And then second,
doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just looking forward to playing Purdue Friday night.
Sampson was 2-1 against the Boilers during his tenure in Bloomington. He also faced Purdue a couple of times when he was the head coach at Oklahoma.
I remember coaching against Purdue when Coach Katie was there. Purdue's always been one of the great programs not just good teams, but great programs in our game. So it's an honor to be able to play against a great program like Purdue.
You know, just trying to get better. I think that's what he's been able to do at their program, and just be a lead in terms of winning games, and that's what we have tried to do on our end.
Painter will do everything in his power to help his team get another big win on Friday, which would be Purdue's first ever victory against a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Good job, Brady.
In Lucas Oil Stadium, Andrew Chernoff, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Alabama has a new NCAA record. The Crimson Tide poured in 25 three-pointers, more than any team ever in the tournament. Final over BYU, 113-88. Alabama is now in the Elite Eight in a matchup against number 1 seed Duke. Blue Devils beat Arizona 193. Alabama and Duke play Saturday night for the right to go to the Final Four. In the West Regional, top seed Florida and 3 seed Texas Tech both advance. Gators knocked off Maryland. Texas Tech staged a late comeback to beat Arkansas in overtime.
9-10, Notre Dame's women's basketball team is back at the Sweet 16. The Fighting Irish will take on number 2 seed TCU tomorrow in Birmingham, Alabama. Tip-off is set for 1 in the afternoon. While hundreds of people are working to make sure tonight's Sweet 16 games in Indy go smoothly.
2 event planners are part of the effort. They know each other well, and now Hernan Gutierrez knows both of them. Their connection goes back a way.
Yeah, that's right. The pair of these event planners here grew up sitting courtside for many NCAA tournament games in Indianapolis. Both their dads actually worked on major events throughout the years, including the last Final Four at the RCA Dome in 2006. Now they're the ones pulling all of the strings behind the scenes at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Pretty quickly in college, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I haven't turned back since.
Travis Fox and Isaac Wright have had their hands in college basketball for pretty much their whole life. Both were ball boys at the 2006 men's Final Four and later went to IU together, working as managers for the basketball team. They grew up in different parts of the Hoosier State, but the sport always found a way to reunite them.
Doing events where both of our fathers were together, we would bump into each other there. Went to Disney World together one year. It's always been a good experience to see Trevor, and now we get to see each other a lot more, and I think that's really cool.
Thanks to their dads' careers, they've been able to witness some of the greatest moments in Indianapolis sports. Fox says Butler's national championship appearance in 2010 sticks out.
And that's when I knew the Final Four is, in my opinion, the best event because of how much everyone gravitates to it and supports their teams once they make it this far.
Today, Fox is the director of events for the Indiana Sports Corp, and Wright, the events manager at Lucas Oil Stadium.
And this, being able to work with him closely on March Madness has been one of the best experiences because, one, he's really good at his job and he's a lot of fun to work with.
On game days, Fox is a middleman of sorts between the teams and the stadium. So, if trouble arises, Wright is often the first one to answer his call.
Work with our departments in the building to make sure that the client has what they need to put on a world-class event.
Fox and Wright also work hand-in-hand with their dads as they both now work at the NCAA together. Wright says it's the time they've spent together that's influenced their careers.
And always wanted to be a part of that, to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Now, both Fox and Wright will continue to have a hand in planning for the big dance. They're already working on the men's Final Four, which, of course, comes to the Circle City next year.
You mentioned the dads a couple of times in there. How do they fit into this current sort of professional and personal relationship?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny to see. I mentioned that they kind of like weave in and out of their lives, but Mr. Fox actually hired the current event manager at Lucas Oil Stadium as an intern back in 2016. So that just kind of further shows that these families have been intertwined for so long. And I just think it's kind of a cool story to see your dads doing what you eventually end up doing. I don't think a lot of us can say that they have similar stories like that anymore.
That is so true. Hernan, you did a good job putting together the history here. A very good job here. Well done. Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it. Thank you.
This has been a special edition of your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Friday, March 28th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.